Hey guys, Rick with Rally Sport Wrecked here. In front of me, I've got the AEM Cold Air Intake specific for the 2015 WRX. Behind me, I've got our 2015 WRX, which means we are going to be installing this today on our car. So let's go ahead and get started on the actual kit itself, because I wanted to show you guys what's included in the kit and kind of what I like about it. So let's just go ahead and dig in. First of all, kind of the creme de la creme of the kit is the Dryflow Air Filter. Incredibly high flow air filter, very good at filtering even down to, we're probably talking micron levels of any dirt, debris, that kind of stuff. So it keeps the engine nice and clean inside, and it's just a very good air filter. And of course, we have a ton of surface area on this thing. We probably don't need an air filter quite this large, but it's never a bad thing. And of course, this one is made in the USA, which is fantastic. All right, next up, let's go ahead with the intake pipe. So kind of a weird bend, but because the 2015 WRX has a low mount turbo, the intake kind of starts down low and then moves itself a little bit up higher, which is different from, of course, all the other Subarus, which start up high and move themselves down low. So it'll be kind of an interesting design, and I think you guys will see it better once we do the video of the install. But of course, you've got your MAF adapter there, and everything's gonna bolt up just like stock, except for we have a MAF extension harness. Now this is a very nice high quality piece, and of course, because we are moving the MAF to a different location, we just need this extension harness, which should give us more than enough play in that wiring harness to move the MAF down there. All right, one thing that makes this intake very cool in my opinion, get it, cool, is this heat shield, and this actually goes in the engine bay. Very high quality powder coated piece of steel, and of course it's all bent to fit exactly where it needs to be, and it does include some weather stripping as well, and that's just going to again help aid in keeping the engine heat out of the intake itself, which is critical because we want cold air going into the intake. Cold air is dense air. Dense air equals more power. So that's kind of the whole idea behind a cold air intake, is to get more power out of the car by utilizing cooler, denser air. So that's great. All right, and of course, an AEM license plate frame, all the hardware you're going to need to install it, which actually isn't much, so that's great, and instructions along with some stickers. Now AEM does a really good job with their instructions, and let me go ahead and show those to you now. Just step-by-step, very detailed instructions on how to get this thing installed. Of course, we're going to be removing the factory intake and airbox and then installing this one in its place. Realistically, we're probably looking at about, 45 minutes for the install, and that'll probably be taking your time with it, maybe up to an hour. Hard to say at this point. I'll give you guys a better update once I've actually gotten this thing installed, because this is my first time installing an intake on a 2015 WRX, so I'm very excited. And of course, I forgot to mention the AEM stickers, which come with it as well. That's it for the kit. Let's go ahead and jump into the install. Hey guys, so we've just installed the AEM Cold Air Intake on our 2015 WRX. I'm taking it out for a test drive. I really want to give you guys a kind of a brief review of it, and also I wanted to touch on the install itself. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I said it would take about 45 minutes, and realistically, I think it would take 45 minutes if you were going kind of slow and really taking your time. This was actually one of the easiest intakes I have ever installed in my life. It was that simple. I mean, it's very easy instructions to follow. Everything's right where it needs to be. Nothing's hard to get to. Nothing's hard to install. I was very impressed with actually how quickly it went in the car. Next up, let's talk about sound, because I know a lot of us install intakes for the sound, and you can definitely hear the blow-off valve a lot better. You can definitely hear that turbo sucking in the air, that induction noise that I love, that I've always felt like the WRX definitely lacked. I don't know what it was, because you take out the intake, it really doesn't have a lot of muffling in it. And so I was kind of surprised that the stock intake isn't louder than it is, but this one definitely brings that out of this car, and that blow-off valve just sounds amazing now on this car. So okay, I'm very happy with that. Next up, performance. And you get to kind of a safe location here, and we'll just have a little bit of fun with this. Let's go. You can definitely feel it. You can definitely feel it. Now, I think, of course, the car takes a little bit of time, and we should be, yeah, we're fully up to temperature. But man, that does feel very good. It feels excellent, actually. Throttle response seems to be a little bit crisper. And it might be the noise also adding to that feeling of speed. I've always felt like if you make your car louder, it just feels kind of faster. I think you can just hear it a lot better. No, it definitely helps, especially in the mid-range. All right, that's very cool. That is very, very cool. All right, well, anyway, I'm gonna keep on driving this car. Overall, very impressed with the AEM Intake. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. Price point is perfect, and it just is a proper intake and finally brings out the sound of this car that I've been wanting for the induction. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're gonna be building this car more and more. We are nowhere close to being done with this car. Oh yeah. And anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.